Hi. In this today's video, we are going to cover a few more things on arrays. Let me open my editor here. In previous video, if you see, we have understood like what is array and how many types are there, and array declaration, array creation, array initialization, and then reading elements or values from the arrays. Up to this one we have covered. But now today in this video, I am going to cover few more topics like how array declaration and creation and initialization is single line. As of now, we have declared array in one line, in another line I have created array, and then in after that array creation we have done initialization in separate lines. But I want to do array creation, array declaration, creation and initialization in a single line, so that we can reduce the lots of code, and we can increase the developer productivity. That I will show you, show you now. And then I am going to explain length variable and length method difference. And then there are some loopholes where most of the people gets confused while explaining or while practicing the arrays concept. Those loopholes I will cover in this video as well, so that even if you go to any interview, right, you can easily answer those questions. So first let me start with array declaration and creation and initialization in a single line. Before explain this one, let me try to add I mean add array declaration, creation and initialization in individual lines, so that I will try to club these three statements in a single line, so you can get to know clear idea on it. So let me write array declaration. First one, array declaration. What we need to do inside declaration? For array declaration, that is a spelling mistake. Okay, let me write. Okay, this is correct. Now inside for array declaration, first thing is what kind of array you want to create. Is it integer array or is it string array? We need to decide based on the values which are going to store inside the array, right? We need to identify the type. Here I want to store 10, 20, 30, 40. These are numbers, numerical numbers, so I want to create numeric type. So that is integer array. Like mention, like declare that array int. We need to use square brackets, and then we need to specify the variable name and then semicolon. This is the declaration. Now I want to use array creation. For creation, simply we need to give the whatever the variable we have declared at line number 179, right? This is the variable x. That variable we need to add here. Use x equal to new, and then use type, and then specify the size. Whatever how many elements or values you want to store in this integer array, that count we need to specify here. Here I want to store like 10, 20, 30, 40, four numbers, so I'm going to specify 4 here, and then use semicolon. Now I want to store the values or add the values to the integer array x. So we need to use like x, pass the square brackets. As I told you, the array starts with 0th position. So we need to use 0th position, and then we need to mention 10. So this value 10 will be stored inside array at 0 index position. Now I want to store 20. So this 20 will be stored inside this integer array at first index position. Okay, now I want to store 30. This will be stored at second position inside array. Now I want to store 40. Like this is the array creation and this is array initialization. So if you see from this one at line number 179, we have created an array, we have declared array here, and then at line number 183, sorry, at line number 183, we have created array, and then at line number 186 to 189, we have done initialization for the array. Now, how many lines of code we have written? If you count it, uh, at line number 179, 1, and then 183, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. Total for 6 lines of code you have written. For just declaration, creation, and initialization of array, we had to write 6 lines of code. So this is a bit time taking process for the developer, right? And even readability of the code is very decreased. So even for developer it takes time. So developer productivity will be reduced. So that's why I just want to club these three in a single statement so that we can easily declare, create, and initialize the array. So let me try to write that one single line. Okay. Now I want to write like first we need to write int, and then we need to write variable name, and then simply use whatever the we need to use curly braces. Curly braces means this one, use the curly braces, and then use put semicolon at the end, and inside that whatever the values we are going to store inside the array, right? These 10, this is the 10, 20, 30, 40, those values we need to add here. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, we have done. This is the we have created array, and we have done we have declared array, we have created array, and then we have initialized the array. Now what we need to do, simply we need to read the values. How we will read the values? We just need to use like x of what is there in the zeroth position, 0. This will print what it will print, it will print 10. And then x of 1, this will print 20. X of 2, this will print 30. X of 3, let me write 3, it will print 40. So if you observe this one, so we can simply, I mean, in a single line we are able to create, declare, we are able to declare, create, and initialize the array, and then we have done reading part as well. Okay, now so this is very easy, right? Instead of writing 6 lines of code, we can complete those 6 lines in a single line at line number 193. Instead of six lines of code, we are able to complete same thing in a single line of code, so that it won't take much time for the developer, and even developer productivity will be increased, and readability of the code will be increased. So this is the array initialization, creation, and then I mean declaration, creation, initialization, single line. So let me try to explain this one within a demo, so that you will be more comfortable on this one. Then later I will go with the next part. I will go with length variable versus length method. When we should use length, when we should use length method. Here I will take in this one. I take integer array, right? The next part I will take string array, and I will try to explain. So let me open new Java, create a new Java class here. So here let me write class name here. What is that? Let me write public class name is, I can say like let me remove this, it's not required. Yeah, let me write arrays in single line. You can understand, right? The pattern which I am using for array class name. First letter is a inside arrays word, and then in, this is a new word, in second word, right? The first letter is capital, and then single is a again one more word, so that's why the first letter is capital. And then line, inside the line is again one more word, that's why the L is a capital letter. Okay, let's copy this arrays in single line, so that control C, control S, then come here and rename this untitled one to that new name. Paste and click on enter. Now it is saved. Now I want to create, let's remove this one, line number 5th. It's just for printing this one. I just want to create one array here. So as I told you, int, we need to specify the variable name, that equal to new, not required this one. Let me write this one here. Simply write like 10, 20, 30, 40. Array is created here. This is a single line. Now I just want to read these. I want to read the elements or values from the array. Just use read. Just for this understanding purpose, I am adding these comments. Okay. Now let use system dot out dot println of semicolon. Just use this one value from 0th position, and then use colon, give some space so that while appending it won't club this. There will it will maintain some space here. Just use the variable name x and pass the index position 0 like this. You need to duplicate this one and then edit this one, update this one. Let me do that one for remaining uh, values. Control v, control v, control v. Let me do control v. So this is for next one is we want to read the first position. So use first, and then for 0th position we need to fetch it from the 1, and then again we need to fetch from the second position, second, and then we need to pass here 2, and then we need to pass from the we need to fetch from the third position, and then we need to pass the third here. So let me try to compile and let me try to execute this program. Then at line number 1, where here at line number 1, at line number 9, we're expecting 10 value. At line number 10, we're expecting 20. At line number 12, we are expecting 30. At line number 40, line number 12, we are expecting 40. Let me try to see, let me try to compile and execute and show you whether we are getting 10, 20, 30, 40 at these positions. So I need to go and open my, one second. Where is this one? Here, let me open command prompt here. Let me try to recompile that one. Erase one, erase, this is the one. Is there an error? No compile time error. So it is successfully compiled that code and it is generated dot class file. The dot class file is having the byte code. Now I am trying to run it. Erase in. Now let me try to run it. You can see value from the 0th position is 10, value from the first position 20, second position 30, third position 40. Whatever I have told you, right? 10, 20, 30, 40. This is fine, right? Same Java also, I mean, Java also written same thing, same values here 10, 20, 30, 40. So with this, we are able to understand like how we can create how we can declare and declare, create, and initialize array in a single line. Okay, this is one thing. The next one I want to explain you what is the difference between the length method, length variable, and length method. Generally, this length, this is a variable. It is used for finding the length or number of elements present inside an array. Okay, and coming to length method is there. After length, we are having this braces. This is called as, this is a method. It is used for finding the number of length of the string. That means how many characters are there for that particular string. Okay, let me try to explain this one. As I told you, length is a variable. This variable is used for finding the length of the array. Length means here if we declare an array, inside that array, if you see here at line number 193, we declared, created and initialized the array, right? How many elements are there for this array? 10 is one element, 20 is one element, 30 is one element, and then 40 is one element. Total 4 elements are there. When you use this one, right? Let me try to show you this one. Let me copy this and come to here. Let me paste here. Control V. When we declare this array, and then when we use this length variable and the x, like system dot out dot println of, I am just adding, printing some content, length of the int array, just using some space here, and then use like on the integer array reference variable is there, x. On that x, simply call length, length. This will print how many elements are there is in this integer array x. Here 10, 20, 30, 40, total 4 is there. It will print 4 here. Okay, let me come and let me try to execute, and let me try to give one more example, like string array. I am trying to create one array string. That array name is name, and then come here and then create, use curly braces, and then end up the curly brace, use semicolon. Strings means we need to place those strings in double quotes. Add like chiru, like, or else I can say ram, I can say venkat, I can say vardhan. Okay, I can say vardhan is there. Now here on this one, this is also array, right? String array is array. On this also, I just want to check how many, what is the length of the string array here. So for this one, we simply need to use system dot out dot println of, okay, use semicolon here. You just need to trying to print like length of the string array. Okay, just give some space here, and then what is the array name here? Name. And that name, if you, that name is nothing but this one. Copy this name, come here and paste here. Control V. Okay, on this one, just simply call length variable, because this name is a array, right? On the array, we need to call length variable, but on this object, we need to call the length method. I will show you that one as well. length. Now, as per this one, it will give 3. Okay. So let me try to execute this one with the, I mean, let me try to demonstrate this one with an example, so that later I will go with length method. Okay. Let me come here. This is the length, variable, right? Length arrays in a single line. Now in this one already I have declared at line number 5th. Okay. Or else I can comment this code like by using this one, so that this code will not execute by the JVM while running the program, or while executing the program. Here at line number 5th, I have created integer array, and then let me try to create one more array. I want to create string array, means this one, and then name equal to, use the curly braces, use the semicolon, and then add like ram, and then use venkat, use vardhan. So we have created this one. Now I want to, my requirement is I want to find the length of the integer array, length of the string array. Simply write like system dot out dot println of this one, and write like this, uh, length of the int array. Use this one, give some space for uh, getting the space on the console, and then print the variable name x. On this x we need to use length method, length variable here, length length. So this should give how many are there inside this integer array. 1, 10, 20, 30, 40. That means 4 the count is. In the similar way, let me try to copy this, and then so that I can take the, I can, 1 second, I can save some time here. I will copy and then paste it. Let me paste this one, and then here this time I want to print the length of the string. So let me write this string here, string array, and then what is the name, array variable name here, name. That name we need to provide here. Array. Let me see. We need to use name. On that name we need to call length. This should produce, this should print output is 3 here. Let me try to save it, control S, and then try to recompile this one and re-execute. Java C arrays in a single line.java. Let me try to execute this one. You can see length of the int array is 4, length of the string array is 3. Okay. Now I just want to explain you what is the length method. Length method means the length method ends with parenthesis. You can see this method generally we apply on the objects. If you want to find the what is the length of the string object, then that string object means generally if you see here, if I want to create a string, right, the data type is string. I want to print like shop name, variable name is shop name equal to the value you need to place in double quotes. Shop name is I can say general store, general, or else I can say store simply for explaining purpose, store. Like this I have added. How many in this shop name string variable? What are there? What is this store? How many characters are in the store? We're having, if you see here, S is one character, T is one more character, O is one more character, R is one more character, E is one more character. Total 5 characters are there. Here the length of the shop name is 5. So how you will find this length? You can every time you can't manually count the length of the string, right? Because this here it is a 5 characters. That's why we are able to count it. But if in real time you may get like lines of code, like 100 lines, 1,000 lines. Then how will you find the length of is that string? Then for in that case we are using length method. This length method will give the length of the that string objects. Let me try to show you that one. We just simply need to use system dot out dot println of, use the semicolon like, and here length of the string, and use the some colon here and give the some space, and then add like what is the variable name here, shop name. This shop name, just simply copy this shop name, go here and copy the shop name, variable name, come here, use control V, and then use length length and method we need to use. This should produce 5 here. So let me try to explain that with an example here. Come here. Here as of now we are able to see the integer array string name, string array. But now I want to add one more variable here like string. The name is shop name, variable name, and then I want to add store here. So I just want to find the length of that variable, system dot out dot println of, we just need to use double quotes to whatever the content we are using inside double quotes, right, that will print on the console or command prompt. So length of the string here, not an array, and then come here and use like this variable name. Come here, whatever the variable name you have used, right, that variable, on that variable name we need to call the length method for getting the, for finding the length of that string. Call length length. Here this should give our answer as 5 here. Store is having 5 characters only, right? Let me save it. Let me come and see here. Java C arrays in single line. Then come and execute this one. You can see at the last one, length of the string is 5. The first two are related to the integer array, string array, but the last one is length of the string, that is 5. Okay, with this we are able to understand what is the difference between the length method and length variable. The next part is there are a few loopholes are there inside this arrays concept. Let me try to tell you that one as well. Here the first loophole is, while creating the array we should pass size of the array, otherwise we will get an error. This is the first one. Okay, next one is with this, and if you pass if you pass different type value to the array, we will get an error. Okay, let me try to show you these two as well. If you pass different type value means, while initializing array, that array, if the that if you pass different value, that will throw an error. I will show you these two. The first one is, while creating an array, okay, we should pass size of the array, otherwise we will get an array we will get an error. Let me try to show you that an example. So here these are all done, right? Here let me try to show you let me try to create one more array here. I want to this time I want to create one character array. Okay, char ch equal to new char. Here this is creation, right? Now I did here, if you see, let me copy this one at line number let me open something here to demonstrate that point. If you see, let me increase the size. Okay, this is fine. If you see, we declared one character array here. For this one, whatever is there, right, whatever the size we are going to specify inside square brackets, this is the size. If you don't specify this size, right, we will get an error. I am going to demonstrate that one. Let me see that one. So here I did not specify any error. Okay, I mean, I did not specify any size. Let me try to add some elements to this one. 0th position, I have added like character, right? We need to place that character inside single quotes only, not double quotes. Here, let me try to add A. See, let me try to print this one. System dot out dot println of character at 0th position. Okay, and then give some space and then try to use ch of pass the index position 0. So as per this we are expecting like a here, but it will not print a here because we did not this at line number 22 we have created an array. While creation array, as per the Java rules, we should pass the size, we should specify the size of the array, but we did not specify the size of the array, and we have added a at the 0th position. Now we are at line number 24, we are trying to print it, but it should throw compile time error. Let me go and execute this one. Let me try to compile this one. Did I save it? Let me do Control S. Try to compile it. You can see it is saying like at line arrays in single line program dot Java program is there. Inside that program, line number 22 is there. Line number 22 is having an error. What is that error? Array dimension is missing. It is clearly saying like array dimension is missing. That means whatever it is showing cap symbol. If you see here, this is the cap symbol. This cap symbol indicates here it is having an error. Let me go and correct that one. Let me try to show here the size is I'm just mentioning only one because I want to store only one. Let me try to recompile now. This time it should compile successfully. It is compiled. Let me execute this one. You can see character at 0th position is A. With this we are able to understand this point. So while creating an array we should pass the size of the array, otherwise we will get compile time error. That is first point. Next point is while initialization, if you pass different type value to the array, we will get an error. We will get an error means we declared an array, we created an array, and while doing the initialization, if you pass different type of value to that array, we will get compile time error. That I am going to show you now. Let me come here. So here I just want to use like, so here let, yeah, in the same way, um we created a string array. Here we have covered integer array. We covered let me try to create a double array and see. Double, and then d equal to new double. As per our understanding, we should pass the size. The size I want to pass only one here, and or else I want to pass, or else I will pass 2 here because I want to store two values here. And then for we declared created, and then I am just assigning the variables values here. At 0th position I am trying to pass double value 10.5. See, if you do for double, we need to specify any D after 10.5 because by default it's a double. For float, you need to pass F like this. Okay, you know we are dealing with double rate, so we need to pass anything here. And at first position, I am trying to pass as per this. What is this array? This array is double, so this array should contain only double values. But here I am trying to store some name here like Ram. What is this type of this array? Let me try to copy this and explain this one in Notepad++ in here paint Control V. I pasted. Okay, here if you see here, this is a double array. That means it should contains only double values only. It should contain only double values. Okay, it should contain only double values. So at like here, if you see here, here we pass double value. 10.5 is a double value. If you observe clearly in my previous video, for data types I told you for flow 10.5 is a double value because after integer after decimal point we're having 5, right? It's a double value. But coming to here, the next line, whatever I told you, right? This line this entire one. Let me try to make this one. This is a whatever the value you're passing right here, that value ram is a string type, but not a double type. So for ram is string type. That string type we are trying to store inside double type array at first position. How come this double type and string type both are equal? Both are different, right? So that's why compiler is at the time of compilation, the compiler should throw an error. So let me try to show you that one here. So here, so I told here. So let me try to copy this and then let me try to print the one value here. Copy this one. Come to here. Control V. Double value at 0th position. Let me try to update this one. Double value at 0th position, and then what is the reference variable? We are using D here. Okay. Let me try to save it. Control S. Let me try to recompile this one. It should throw compile time error. See, yeah, it is expecting semicolon because I did not add semicolon at the end of the system.out.println. Let me go and correct it. This is correct. So you understood, right? As per Java, each and every statement should ends with semicolon. That is the rule given by the Java. Java C arrays in a single line dot Java. It is saying like arrays in a single line dot Java program is there. At line number 29 is 28 is there. 28 is having error. What is that error? It is saying incompatible types. That means types are not matching. What it is saying? What it is saying? String cannot be converted into double because this RAM is a string that compiler is trying to convert it into D type. D is a double type, so both types are not same. That's why it has thrown an error. So let's try to go and update this one, correct it this value like 20.5. Let's try to compile this time. It should compile successfully. Let's try to run it. You can see W value at 0th position is 10.5. So with this we are able to understand, while creating an array, we should pass the size of the array. Otherwise, we'll get the compile time error. And while initialization, whatever the array is there, whatever the array type is there, same type of value we need to pass. Otherwise, we'll get compile time error. Yeah, with this, we're able to understand what is an array, how to declare array, how to create an array, how to initialize an array, and how we can create and how we can declare, create, and initialize an array in a single line. What is the length variable? What is the length method? When we should use when we have to use length variable? When we have to use length method? And then what are the loopholes are available as part of arrays? We are able to understand. In the next video, I will try to cover two-dimensional array. As of now, this int what is there, this square brackets there, right? This square brackets is appear only one time. This is a single line one dimensional array. In the next video I will try to cover what is two dimensional array, when we should go for the two dimensional array. I will try to explain with an example so that the entire arrays concept will be covered. Yeah, that's it. That is the information about the arrays for now. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Please do like, share, and subscribe for more encouragement. Thank you so much, guys.